Hello, I'm Amanda Tolve with Tolve Closes. Thanks for watching today. I am a residential realtor in North New Jersey, more specifically in Bergen County, Passaic County, and Essex County, but I have great referrals for the surrounding areas if you should ever need help anywhere in New Jersey. It's my job to help my clients sell their home at the price and speed that they need specifically, and also to help my clients buy homes at the price and speed that they need specifically. I have the knowledge to help them from the beginning of the process to the end of the process. I am also a realtor you can trust. I will not steer my clients the wrong direction. I make sure that they are purchasing or selling exactly what meets their needs. So today, our topic this month for the group is health. So I wanted to talk about what is a healthy real estate market, and are we in a healthy real estate market? According to statistics, I don't like saying that word, I never say it smoothly, statistics, a healthy rate of appreciation for homes is about 5% a year. So anything higher than that would make the market unbalanced, which makes it unhealthy. And we can clearly see that right now, we are definitely above the 5%. Just being out there and putting in offers, you can see that homes, from a year ago to today are now selling $20,000 to $100,000 over what they were, which is very unbalanced. We're growing at the prices are going up at a rapid and drastic speed. So this is not an increase that we're supposed to see. A healthy increase would be a gradual increase. So let's use weight loss as an example. If you are trying to lose weight and you lose 20 to 30 pounds in 1 month, that's a drastic and significant amount of weight loss in a very quick period of time. So you're probably using some kind of diet system that is not healthy for you because it's a shock to the body. And then when you're done using that unhealthy system, that weight is going to come right back on in full effect. So, which is also extremely unhealthy. The healthy way to lose weight, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm just giving you an example. The healthy way to lose weight is to lose it gradually. So whether it's a couple pounds a month, maybe a pound or a half a pound a week, at a slow and steady pace, but you're still losing the weight consistently. That's a healthy way to lose weight. So back to, there's nothing drastic, which is the unhealthy way. So back to houses, also according to statistics, the past 3 years, the home prices have risen 20%. So that's a drastic increase, which some would say is unhealthy. It's more healthy to slowly increase and consistently increase because it keeps things balanced. Now, another way to determine if the market is healthy is by supply of homes. So economists suggest 5 to 6 months, and this is a common thing that people are aware of, this 5 to 6 months of supply is a good amount to have. That is a healthy market. We do not have that right now. There's definitely a lack of inventory. We don't have, as soon as a house comes on the market, it goes off the market. So things are not, we don't have that 6 month supply. We definitely don't. And basically the supply is slow. The supply is low and the demand is high. So there's just not enough inventory to keep up with the consumers. It's kind of a vicious cycle because the sellers, once they sell their home, they're going to need to buy a home. So now we've got another buyer looking for another sale. So it would be balanced if the amount of buyers and sellers was equal, but they're not. There's too many buyers and not enough sellers. So there's no time really to catch up with inventory. In order for us to catch up with inventory right now, we would have to have enough houses for every single buyer out there so that they could all buy a house and we'd be caught up. And then we could get back to the regular paced market. That's obviously not realistic because we're not going to get that many people to sell their homes. I mean, agents are out there trying, doing our best. But because of the influx of buyers, it's not balancing out. It's just not balancing out. So between the inventory and the influx of buyers, the market is not balanced. Now, technically, it's a seller's market because the supply is low and the demand is high. The sellers are able to get more for their money, which is why everyone's pushing, sell, sell, sell. But the buyers are willing to pay out of pocket for these homes. And also the home values are spiking as well, which is causing an imbalance because of that sudden spike of value and not the gradual value, which it should be. The appreciation should be going up gradually. So the more homes that sell, that we're selling in this market, the values just keep going up and up. So the appraisals are coming back higher now as well. Let's say, I'll give you an example. A house that sold for $600,000 in November of 2020 can now appraise for possibly $675,000 because between last year and this year, I'm sure that the homes around that home, that $600,000 home, sold for over asking. Whether they paid out of pocket or not, the end result was that it was a higher value for that home. That person paid more for that home. So now that makes the other homes around it worth even more. So again, we have that vicious cycle. We're overpaying for prices and now we're bringing up the value for all of them. So these homes are now appraising at these overpriced amounts. So again, we're not seeing a gradual, healthy increase in price. We're seeing a rapid increase, which causes the imbalance. Another way to determine whether a market is healthy is by bidding wars. So in a healthy market, things are competitive and active and aggressive, always in the real estate market, because you're always going to have more than one person trying to sell or buy a home, and it's a competitive field. However, there should be some negotiating and counteroffering going on during these deals. Now, we're not seeing counteroffers. I mean, you see them once in a while if you're one of the highest and best. But other than that, there's not, you used to be able to put in an offer and they could counter, well, I want this and that and whatever. Now, they're doing what's called highest and best. So right when I get a new client, if it's a buyer, I explain to them immediately, a seller too, immediately what the highest and best is, because they need to know that that's what they're facing now. It's not about counter offering and negotiating. There's always going to be negotiating, but not that type of negotiating. It's just going to be the highest and best. So the buyer is going to get, the seller is going to get about 30 offers. So instead of picking one and saying, oh, let's work on this, they're just going to pick the highest and best one and go with that one. So it's more difficult for buyers being right now because of that, because there's not many bidding wars going on. It's just highest and best because the demand is so high, The sellers are receiving so many offers. There's no reason for them to negotiate or counter. They simply choose the highest and best. Now, one thing we do see a healthy balance in our market is the types of homes being sold. So there's no discrimination as to whether it's and I'm only speaking for residential because I just do residential, I don't do commercial. Whether it's a condo, whether it's a single family, whether it's a 3-family, a 2-family, all of these homes are selling at rapid speed. So it's not just one type of home, it's all of them. And I'm also seeing this is, a good thing is that buyers are being more flexible. So they're really not being as, I guess you could say, picky as they were before, but they're still, making choices that are good for them. And of course, as their realtor, I make sure that they do that. But they're broadening their search. So if they are comfortable with buying a 2-family and or a condo, I'll have 2 searches set up for them so that they can look at both types of properties. So in that way, it's good. They're at least they're being flexible, but it is, in my opinion, I would rather them focus on one type of home because that's what they want. That's what their specific needs are. But it's good to be flexible and open, and especially in this market because your options are limited. So what else did I want to? Oh, I have a question here. Does this affect comps? Yes, it does affect comps. I believe I mentioned that a little bit about the appraisals, but I can get a little more into that. So with the comps, they are affected because if something, is being compared to what was sold 6 months ago, you're going to get a different comp than you are with what things that were sold in the surrounding area a month ago. So because people are offering over asking price, it's bringing up the value to all of the homes around it. Because now when the appraiser goes out, say Sarah next door sold her house for $550 and she listed it at $5 because it's normally $500. Now the other one, Tom on the other side sold his house for $575 and his house was at $525. Now they're going to take the selling price, which was those higher amounts, and whoever's in the middle, that house is going to be appraised higher because those surrounding houses sold for more money. So yes, the comps are definitely going to be affected, and they are being affected. You can see them rising. When I do my comp research, I could see them going higher and higher. So it definitely affects the market for sure. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, another positive one. So we had 2 positive things here about the healthy market. Right, so it's all types of homes, which is good for a balance because it's not imbalanced on what type of homes that are being sold and bought. Another way the market is trying to balance itself is through the lenders. The lenders are really helping us out with the interest rates. So the interest rates are an all-time low, which is great for buyers. This is the reason that we have so many buyers right now, because more of them are able to be qualified with the lower payments and bringing the lower down payment. Of course, you don't want to bring too low of a down payment, but it's really about the monthly payment of the mortgage that is so much more affordable with that lower interest rate. So people they're able to afford to buy the home and they're able to afford that monthly mortgage. So they're out there, jumping on the opportunity, which is great. And it's really helping us balance. So even though the prices of the homes are high, the mortgage payments on them are lower. So that does bring in a little bit of a balance to help us be a little more healthy in this market. So what is a healthy market? To me, it's a balanced market. Again, this is just my opinion. I think it's a balanced market. Are we in a healthy market? I would say right now, our market is not completely balanced due to inventory and the influx of buyers. But I would also say that the low interest rates are helping with the balance to try to keep it healthy. The market is active and competitive, as it always is, and that's always healthy. So I think that for the most part, we are in an active and healthy market, but the balance is making it unhealthy. And that's my take on the health of the market currently.